Hey, it's Chris Beyer.
Chris Bowling.
ACB, we've got a great guest this morning. We've got Twlya Stevens from Professional Swine Management joining us. Good morning, Twlya.
Good morning. Good morning.
So who are you and what's your background? I know we've had a great opportunity to get to know you, but share a little bit about yourself.
Oh, yeah. Well, I am the Chief Human Resource Officer at Professional Swine Management now, but I have been doing HR all my life, I'll say.
Yeah.
Not by choice. I will say that. I'm not really one of the people that got up and said, I really want to do HR. I started my life in business. And so if you ask me what I am, I'm a business person that just understands human nature and how we can make how that actually ties into making profit, honestly.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, it's good. I know you've had some great success just a few years in with the organization in terms of recruiting and helping develop the culture and work through that. So I know we'll talk about that a little bit, but you're in a very rural market in terms of your location. You are working in very rural communities for your company, but talk a little bit about what Professional Swine Management does, kind of where your footprint is, because it's not in a big city. It's not in a big community where you're serving your different clients.
Correct. Given the name Professional Swine Management,
yes,
we actually, what we produce are pigs. That's what we produce. And when you're working with large animals like that, you have to be very rural. When I say rural, like Carthage, Illinois is a population of 2,800, and this. And the largest city closest to us would be Quincy, Illinois. Right. I mean, and that's not even, I wouldn't consider that a large, but the largest one that has a Target.
Right. Yes.
That has
40,000 population. Yes. Right.
It's 45 minutes away. So we do have a grocery store, but we are actually in 6 different states. Wow. And because of the nature of our industry and working with the live animal, our actual footprint has to be very rural because of biosecurity. We have these biosecurity. So most of our farms are in cities of populations of 100 or 200 people.
Yeah.
Which, when you talk about recruiting, yes, we have challenges in getting individuals who want to move to those.
Absolutely.
I have 34 sow farms across these 6 states, and the average size of our sow farms is 5,000 head, 5,000 sows, and that takes approximately 20 people to run that farm. And what we will do is we will produce 4.2 million piglets that go into the food supply.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So we're the 5th largest in the pork powerhouses. We are the 5th largest. But yes, we have our challenges, and rural America has its challenges as well. And but what we pride ourselves on is being able to offer those individuals who actually want to live in the rural life, love the rural life.
Yeah.
Yes.
We give them an opportunity for not just a job, but a career, because this is a career, and it's so mission driven that, think about what we do. We feed our neighbors.
Yes, that's a very good way to put it. Absolutely.
We feed our neighbors.
So when I've grown up and lived in Western Illinois since I was 2. So, I mean, this speaks to the communities that I've been a part of, and certainly know what you're saying, the challenges that are there and the importance of so much of our agriculture in supporting the rest of the country and sometimes even the world. When you look at that, when you're talking about that recruiting to these communities, how are you finding success with that? Because you've done a tremendous job recruiting to that lifestyle, to that type of community for that type of work. But what's worked well for you?
Yeah. So when I first arrived at Professional Swine Management, their turnover rate was astronomical. I kind of laughed and said, well, that's one of the things they left out when they recruited me. We were at 180%, and that was 2018. So I have about, well, my if I'm fully staffed, I have 900 employees. We're 93% staffed now. So I was able to come in and make some changes to turn that around. So it went from 180, the next year was 130, then I dropped down to 70. And then last year, because I've been here, I'll be here 4 years in June. Last year I ended the year at 39%.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Right. And so how did we do that?
Yeah.
You know, how did we do that? And it goes back to what you said, Chris. We sold the lifestyle.
Yes.
Because it's a great lifestyle. I mean, to think that we were able to remain 85% staff throughout COVID.
Right.
And because we were considered essential workers, we worked every day. We did not. And you're working with a live animal. And that live animal has to be fed and so we sold the lifestyle. We sold the lifestyle also to our actual communities. And what I mean by that, we got them to partner with us to welcome individuals back to rural America. Because if you're from rural America, you understand they know everyone. And so when someone new comes in, it can be a little unwelcoming.
It's intimidating.
It's intimidating. It is. It is. And so we work with all of our communities to help them understand that we're helping to bring life back to their community, because without these individuals, they don't have a community.
Agree.
Right. Yeah, that's such an overlooked component of our geographic area when you talk about that, you know, trying to grow opportunity to bring new population, because you hear the complete opposite right now in the aggregate, that people are leaving the rural areas, people are leaving, you know, certain states for, you know, other parts of the country, that you're trying to bring people back to those. And I think that's an important piece for where we are. Exactly,
because it just becomes a never-ending down spiraling cycle. People leave, they can't offer the services. And so then people leave because there are no services. And then it just winds up that you have the one stoplight and maybe you have a gas station.
Yes.
Right.
And you know, we want to be good community citizens, and that's what we do. We partner with them.
I think that's good. So if you have opportunities that are open right now to try to fill to full capacity, how does somebody find out about that? Where do they go to apply? Is there a good spot for that?
Yeah. So one of the other things is, we on our website, you can go to Professional Swine Management, carthagesystem.com, and get that, and you can go there and you can apply for jobs. Again, we are jobs everywhere, but we're not just pigs. I want to also say we're Professional Swine Management, but we're not just pigs. A lot of individuals, when we're out there spreading the word about what we do, they think, oh, well, I don't want to do pigs. Well, guess what? If you have an interest in feed, if you have an interest in supplies, because if you think about, we manage this whole farm. So everything that comes in, we manage the production, we manage the people, we manage the feed, we manage the trucking. So if you've got logistics, you know, accounting and finance, we also are a veterinarian. A segment of we have our own herd vets and have about, I think it's 15 veterinarians on staff that serve.
That makes sense.
So
you are kind of one-stop shop when you look at helping manage that farm, as you mentioned.
Exactly. So individuals who think that I don't have anything that will apply to a swine, I do not have a background in agriculture at all. And you fall into it and you just you love it, because you love the lifestyle and you love the mission.
Yes, I like that. Well, Chris, I know you've got a favorite question to finish up here.
My favorite question. So, Twlya, you've had that day, you know, that we all have. Is there a motto? Is there something that kind of grounds you to say, okay, this is just a day, it's going to move on, but is there something that you love to live your life by, or, you know, a motto that just kind of helps you?
Yes. I have several. I was raised in the South, so I have a lot of cliches. But probably the one that I live my life by, and I have 2 children, and basically this is what I told them as well. I said, you know, you have to find what makes you happy, and then everything else will fall in place. And
like
you
it.
have a bad day, as we all do, the sun always comes up tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I like it.
and you just have to keep that in perspective.
Right.
And then on the
Absolutely.
HR side, I have another one.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then this one is basically, there really is no right and there is no wrong. There's only a perspective.
Mm.
Well said.
Ooh.
And that helps to ground an HR person, because, or anybody, because we tend to get focused on what we think is right and what we think is wrong, but different circumstances give you right and give you wrong.
Yeah, that's a really good perspective.
That's great.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it, Twlya. Thanks for joining us this morning. It's good to get to know you a little bit better.
Yes, it's awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Absolutely.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.